circumcision, did not make a person righteous. Row 3. 20. 4. 1-10. Year 3. 2. Yet, the disciple James, who is not discussing works of Mosaic law, says a man is to be declared righteous by works, and not by faith alone. Just 2. 24. For there must be practical works that demonstrate one's faith, giving proof of it. Compare Mount 7. 21-27. F2. 8-10. Jas 1. 27. 2. 14-17. 4. 4. For example, Abraham had works that proved his faith, such as his willingness to offer up Isaac. Rahab also proved her faith by her works of hiding the Israelite spies. Heb 11. 17-19. Jas 2. 21-25. World. This is the usual English term for translating the Greek chaosmos in all of its occurrences in the Christian Greek scriptures except 1 Peter 3. 3, where it is rendered adornment. World can mean one humankind as a whole, apart from their moral condition or course of life. 2. The framework of human circumstances into which a person is born and in which he lives, and in this sense it is at times quite similar to the Greek I-om, system of things. Or 3. The mass of mankind apart from Jehovah's approved servants. The King James Version used world to render not only chaosmos, but also 3 other Greek words in some of its renderings of them, ge. I-on, oi-kumeni, and 5 different Hebrew words eretz, chadel, chaled, o-lam, to-val. This produced a blurring or confused blending of meanings that made it difficult to obtain correct understanding of the scriptures involved. Later translations have served to clear up considerably this confusion. The Hebrew eretz and the Greek ge, from which come the English words geography and geology, mean earth, ground, soil, land. Ge 6. 4. New 1. 1. Mount 2. 6. 5. 5. 10. 29. 13. 5, although in some cases they may stand in a figurative sense for the people of the earth, as at Psalm 66. 4 and Revelation 13. 3. Both o-lam and I-on gr relate basically to a period of time of indefinite length. Ge 6. 3. 17. 13. Lu 1. 70 I-on may also signify the system of things characterizing a certain period, age, or epoch. Go 1. 4 Chaled Heb has a somewhat similar meaning, and o textoi acute miritra longo, World 120621. 5. 1 T2. 9. T2. 10. 1 P3. 5. Re 21. 2. 19 The adjective chaosmi at 1 Timothy 2. 9 and 3. 2. Describes that which is well arranged or orderly. Evidently because the universe manifests order, Greek philosophers at times applied chaosmos to the entire visible creation. However, there was no real unanimity of thought among them, some restricting it to the celestial bodies only, others using it for the whole universe. The use of chaosmos to describe the material creation as a whole appears in some apocryphal writings. Compare Wisdom 9. 9. 11. 17, these being written during the period when Greek philosophy was making inroads in many Jewish areas. But in the inspired writings of the Christian Greek scriptures this sense is virtually, perhaps entirely, absent. Some texts may appear to use the term in that sense, such as the account of the Apostles' address to the Athenians at the Areopagus. Paul there said, "The God that made the world form of chaosmos and all the things in it, being, as this one is, Lord of heaven and earth, does not dwell in hand-made temples." Acts 17. 22-24. Since the use of chaosmos as meaning the universe was current among the Greeks, Paul might have employed the term in that sense. Even here, however, it is entirely possible that he used it in one of the ways discussed in the rest of this article. Linked with mankind. Richard C. Trench's Synonyms of the New Testament, London, 1961, pages 201, 202, after presenting the philosophic use of chaosmos for the universe, says, from this signification of $1 is that external framework of things in which man lives and moves, which exists for him and of which he constitutes the moral center. John 16. 21. A core. 14. 10. I John 3. 17. And then the men themselves, the sum total of persons living in the world. John I. 29. 4. 42. 2 core. V. 19. And then upon this, and ethically, all not of the // ek middle.core. The church or congregation, alienated from the life of God and by wicked works enemies to him. I core. I. 20, 21. 2 core. 7. 10. Jam. 4. 4. Similarly, the book Studies in the Vocabulary of the Greek New Testament, by K.S. West 1946, p. 57, quotes Greek scholar Cremer as saying, as cosmos is regarded as that order of things whose center is man, attention is directed chiefly to him, and cosmos denotes mankind within that order of things, humanity as it manifests itself in and through such an order. Mount 18. 7. All humankind. Chaosmos, or the world, is therefore closely linked and bound up with mankind. This is true in secular Greek literature and is particularly so in Scripture. When Jesus said that the man walking in daylight sees the light of this world form of chaosmos, Joe 11. 9, it might appear that by world is meant simply the planet Earth, which has the sun as its source of daylight. However, his next words speak of the man walking at night who bumps into something because the light is not in him. Joe 11. 10. It is primarily for mankind that God gave the sun and other heavenly bodies. Compare GE 1. 14. PS 8. 3-8. Mount 5. 45. Similarly, using light in a spiritual sense, Jesus told his followers they would be the light of the world. Mount 5. 14. Certainly not meaning they would illuminate the planet, for he goes on to show their illuminating would be for mankind, before men. Mount 5. 16. Compare Joe 3. 19.